Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Hello. How go the day for all around? I hope they go good. Good day indeed. I am here is how I'm currently feeling. I know stream is super late because I said I was gonna stream at 3, but like I kind of forgot that I probably wouldn't be able to until later in the day. So here we are now. Woo! Anyway, like we ready for Tales of Arise? I'm totally not like I'm like halfway, maybe more through the game. That's crazy. I'm not looking at the playtime of 44.3 hours right now. That would be insanity. That would be so silly and goofy of me to be playing a game that I 100% have never played on stream before. When I'm over halfway through it and it's a JRPG and a lot of shit lore-wise has happened, that'd be insane. You mean I've reached already hella past getting the second anime opening of the video game, and I'm just now gonna be streaming it? Oh, that that'd be so silly of me, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be so silly and goofy and silly? Only a little bit. Anyway, video game. I already had it open, but like, it's okay, you know. Also, I logged in preemptively to be like, okay, just to make sure audio is good, because sometimes when I play the game, I like to blast my ears, and I couldn't remember if I was doing that or not last time I played. So basically, and I logged in and I just see this. Why is Elfin dead? Like, bro, why? I should probably do something about that. Actually, wait, what am I doing wrong? Well, yeah, I'm here like, why is bro dead? Okay. Ugh. DPI moment, hello? Good? We chillin'? That was way too much. Okay. I guess I can give slight context of what's going on story-wise. No, wait, why am I doing that? I can give like slight context of what's going on story-wise. So, basically, I'm on Basically, we start in this area. It's like a desert area. Long story short, the people of Lenegus, of like Rena, and they live in Lenegus, they had essentially enslaved the people of Dana and stuff, and so the main first part of the story is fighting and like, you know, freeing the people of Dana, and it's really good. And then eventually, through a series of plot points, we end up on Lenegus, which is kind of like a space station. Space mention, woo, yeah, this is like sci-fi-ish. It's like fantasy, and then they hit you with the sci-fi. I think that's pretty cool. But we're on Lenegus right now. Another important thing to note, if I can remember controls to this fucking video. Why am I being dumb? Why am I being dumb? That's the button. Okay. So basically, Elfin, he's the main character that you play. It's the white-haired guy right here. That's Elfin. This pink-haired girl, that's Xion. This fucker is Law. That's who I am having, that's who I play. And, like, that's who I'm running around as currently. Because I wanted, it's not even I wanted to, actually. I usually run around with Rinwell, but somehow I kept ending up running around as Law again. And I've just accepted my fate that I apparently have to run around as Law, because I don't recall changing it to Law ever. I just like suddenly register, I'm like, wait, I'm playing Law now, which I think is kind of funny. Law gives me dog boy energy. And there's a lot of outfits and customization. They all have farmer's hats, because I think it's fun. At one point they all have butterfly wings, but that took up too much camera space and I couldn't see shit, so I had to take them away, unfortunately. But Law gives dog boy vibes, so, dog boy. But yeah, and then basically then you have Dohalim. Dohalim, pretty fucking cool. I like Dohalim a lot. And then you have Kisara. So another thing, Alfin, Rinwell, Law, and Kisara are all Danans, while Shion and Dohalim are Renan, and helping fight for them because he I'm not even gonna go into Dohalim's fucking backstory for that. There's so much shit. It's gonna become prevalent actually, because I think this, like, the entire area of what we're going through right now, we're going into Dohalim backstory, and it's been kind of fun. But like, dude, there's there's so much shit there. And then, but yeah, Shion, like, basically, goals have aligned, and they're all fighting together, and they're so cool like that. And now they're my found family who found families, and I'm so normal about them. Anyway, basically though, Elfin, this bitch, he's actually like 300 years old. Oh my god, JRPG moment, because the bitch had amnesia at the beginning, and he was like, oh, that's weird. And by the end of the taking back of Dana, he suddenly remembers everything. Woo! And so him remembering everything made him realize, wait a second, I lived for 300 years in the past and stuff, and he was kidnapped by Renans with their initial invasion of Dana, and experimented on, and became a sovereign. This is important because sovereigns are actually technically meant to be the I can't pronounce my hard R sound. We love speech impediments. Anyway, sovereigns are meant to be the proper rulers. I can say a word. Oh my god. Proper rulers of Dana. Woo. It all comes back together. It's how it works. I mean, not of Dana, of Renan. Fuck. I'm tired. Anyway. So, basically, and there's like, basically the whole thing on Dana was that there was a crown contest and people were fighting to be the ruler, essentially. There were specific people that were fighting. Dohalim was one of them, except Dohalim actually doesn't want to be the sovereign. So he was just kind of there, and he's like, peace, because reasons. And so he basically he's the ruler of Menancia, and so Menancia is cool like that. And Kisara was like the head of their guard in Menancia and stuff. It was pretty nice. We like Menancia. Anyway, except for the trauma that was inflicted on me, but outside of that, it was great. But yeah, so anyway, a lot of shit has happened, but basically, Alfin, 300 years ago, is experimented on by Renans, made into the Sovereign. The Sovereign has some purpose that I currently do not know of. They don't know of. They're just like, why the fuck is this a thing? They're all trying to figure it out. But there's also somebody else with special powers, and that's the Maiden, who, for little sillies and stuff, Shion's, like, ancestor was the original Maiden with Alfin 300 years ago, who also saved Alfin's life and sent him back to Dana. And also is the reason my boy had amnesia. Anyway, so now Shion, being the descendant, is now the new Maiden, and so they're both the Sovereign and the Maiden, and that's a whole thing, and lore! Woo! Okay, that's the lore drop we're getting. Anyone who joins after the fact, suffer, I guess. I don't know, yeah. Anyway, video game! Woo! Okay, what the fuck was I doing now? After making their way through the chaos of the residential corner, the party arrives at the entrance to Forbidden Zone, where they're suddenly confronted by a vision of events 300 years prior, prompting even more questions to uncover the truth and make their story. That doesn't explain to me where I'm going next, because I'm not seeing that shit on the map. Maybe that way. It's okay, cool. Lore, let's interact with things. Such a topic to explore. Ooh, Master Cores. Master Cores are instruments of power containing astral energy that belongs to one of the 6 elements. Five of these Master Cores, those with Earth, Water, Wind, and Light, are belong to Renan Lords at the time of the Crown Contest. Only the Dark Master Core is maintained inside the Forbidden Zone until the Renis Alma is ready to be formed, its existence kept top secret. Underneath the Master Core's spherical outer layer is a force field crystal used for the purpose of astral energy containment and stabilization. Astral energy is, by the way, just straight up magic. That's just what that is. Yeah. Inside the force field, astral energy is stored in a dormant state. For the duration of their tenure, each lord competes in the crowd contest to amass their allotted type of astral energy. Yeah, you know this. The Addendum 1, design flaws have been discovered in how the Renus Alma materializes. Be advised that active master cores may resonate with other master cores located in close proximity and become unstable. Addendum 2, due to successful regeneration of the Renus Alma, master cores will cease to be deployed and the crown contest will be permanently halted. Okay. Spirit cores. That's okay. Spirit cores are end terminals used for the collection of astral energy. When embedded in a biological subject, it establishes connection throughout its body. These connections are used to amass astral energy generated from physical activity, which is then emitted in the host body itself. Because this emitted energy is prone to diffuse, the host must be placed within a range of a spirit vessel for the energy to be collected. This means that Danans must be employed to harvest the astral energy for the purpose of the crown contest. Given the difficulty in producing them, it is advised that spirit cores be retrieved from host bodies and reused upon their death. Spirit cores can also be embedded in Zugals to control them via astral arts. Increased physical load on a host body tends to produce increased astral energy emissions. Finally, confirmation of ideal workload to impose on host bodies without inducing death for maximum astral energy yield is still pending. They really said, bitch, we do not know what we're doing. Okay, cool. Does it change, or is it all the same stuff? Oh, it does change. Lore. Okay, the Sovereign acts as Lenegis' central control device for the spirit channeling ceremony. Each one is granted level 2 authority and an ID crest. A Danan subject serves as the base of its creation. In theory, ideal candidate possesses equal affinity for every astral element. However, such aptitude is statistically rare to uncover within real-world conditions. As a result, most subjects die during the adjustment period, and stability is still not guaranteed for those who survive it. The instability, coupled with the Sovereign's powers of astral manipulation, pose a high risk to the security of Lenegis it left unchecked. As such, stabilization measures must be put in place via the support mechanism when utilizing the Sovereign in the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. No effective alternate methods to perform the ceremony have been found. Trials on Danan subjects are authorized to continue. Addendum 2. Until 2 adjustments are a success, subsequent adjustments are to be put on hold while extended observation takes place. So stop meeting. Maiden acts as the Sovereign support mechanism. Oh, okay. For the spirit channeling ceremony, each one is granted level 2 authority and ID crest. A Renan subject serves its functions, providing the Sovereign with the supplemental dark astral energy it lacks in tandem with the Renus Alma. During the ceremony, it is partly responsible for astral energy conversion as well as maintaining stability over the Sovereign's own powers. One thing I really want to know, reading this, that I think is actually super interesting, is that these are actual people they are talking about, obviously, that were experimented on and stuff, and the dehumanization by utilizing it, I think, is interesting. Anyway. Additionally, the degree of intimacy between it and the Sovereign has been observed to positively impact the level of stability in both subjects. Because of this, trial activations of the Sovereign without the Maiden present are expressly forbidden. Furthermore, neither the Sovereign nor the Maiden are to be informed about the details of the spirit channeling ceremony. Addendum 1. Mental instability in the Maiden has been deemed the cause of the past Sovereign's rampancy. Countermeasures must be considered. Addendum 2. In line with plan adjustments, the current subject will have its Maiden registration revoked and be returned to its original household. Selected topic to explore. Okay. What do you cover? What lore are we getting to now? The Lord's unique adjustments. Okay, let's start with the Lords. Each crown contest, five of the best qualified members of the Renan populace are chosen to act as Lords vying to serve as the next Sovereign. During their tenure, they are granted level 3 authority, as well as one of the 5 elemental realms to administer in its corresponding Master Core. They are also assigned an ID crest indicating their designated element. The selection process is based only on astral artistry and physical and mental aptitude. Other variables such as age have no bearing whatsoever, because only the strongest go on to become Lords. The position itself does not inherently make an individual any stronger. It should be noted, however, that Lords are not the only individuals capable of drawing out a Master Core's powers. All Renans must take part in the selection process, and acceptance of the position is mandatory. It is not allowed for those deemed suitable to decline. Furthermore, in the event that an acting Lord is incapacitated and can no longer serve in their position, a replacement must be quickly prepared. Unique Adjustment Index Test Subject Report. The following is a report on the second successful case of a Sovereign test subject experiment. Test subject, I'm not reading what it was. Given name Volharan, fuck you. Unique adjustment index ethnicity, NA. Although subject possesses a high latent potential, it exhibits significant mental instability along with a strong distaste for following orders. As such, the risk it poses surpasses even those of the last successful subject, itself a failure, and is therefore under consideration for disposal. Addendum. This is the first successful case in 300 years. Previously mentioned risk factors are now mitigated due to established control protocols. Subject is to be evaluated under the assumption that Plan 2 will proceed and will be dispatched to Dana under the guise of serving as Lord. Okay. Well, there's more over here. Lenegus. A large-scale astral energy converter that primarily converts the elemental composition of Dana's astral energy and transmits it to Rena. Activation and control of astral energy conversion is achieved by placing the Sovereign Maiden and Rena's Alma within the central core of Lenegus. It is compromised of classified and essential personnel residence zones around a large conduit along with the defensive layer surrounding them. This outer layer is deployed upon activation, unlocking the central conduit while simultaneously functioning as the stabilization mechanism. Due to its design, deployment of the outer layers is expected to cause damage to residential zones. However, because that only takes place during the final stage of the spirit channeling ceremony, no contingency plan to address said damage is needed. Until that phase, Lenegus serves as the central base of operations for the management and execution of the Crown Contest on Dana. Warning, any personnel with level 3 authority or lower is strictly forbidden from the classified zone. Any violators will be immediately executed. Cool. Deathful Harvester. This is probably the fucking wedge. Massive spirit vessel placed on Dana for the spirit channeling ceremony. It serves as the tip of Lenegus's conduit, from which it separates upon landing in Dana waters. It extends 2 sets of conduit, conducting pathways. The vertical pathways connect to the center of Dana. Meanwhile, the horizontal pathways proceed to envelop the entire surface of Dana. Once activated, it links the biological spirit vessels placed in each realm efficiently, harvesting the planet's astral energy en masse. The accumulated energy is then transmitted to Rena via Lenegus. Because construction and adjustments take place in the Forbidden Zone, I can speak so well. I'm so good at speaking. I'm so damn good at it. It's insane, okay? Because construction and adjustment take place in the Forbidden Zone's regulator area. I can speak. Lenegus' outer layer must be deployed prior to launch. Intended to function semi-autonomously, only maintenance personnel are expected to manually interface with it when necessary. No other personnel is required for it to function. Addendum 1, Detachable Harvester 1 was lost on Dana after exploding due to the rampancy exhibited by the Sovereign. Addendum 2, Detachable Harvester 2's landing point will remain the same as that of the previous model. This is due to the explosion of the previous model, which altered the planetary topography, enabling easier connection to the center of Dana. So, basically, Alphen may or may not have made their fucking jobs easier. Damn, that's crazy. Oh. Sedative mask. A device covering... Oh, this is the amnesia bitch! A device covering the rare's whole face that restricts their mental activity is developed for the purpose of pacifying prisoners. Medical applications are also recognized, particularly as a means of preventing patients from sustaining mental trauma. However, doing so is not recommended as prolonged use of the device carries the risk of inducing a number of adverse side effects. Addendum. Due to the loss of production facilities incurred from the partial destruction of Lenegus, additional devices will no longer be manufactured. After receiving reports of a robust new form of rule emerging in Dana's water realm, a study was commissioned to investigate the matter in depth. Oh, they really said Volran. What the fuck? The system is unique in that it elevates only the Lord as the supreme authority, while relegating both Renans and Danans alike to enslavement. Test subjects, so Volran serves as the realm's current lord and has achieved this without the use of any special powers, drugs, or special devices. Rather, it is done by sheer governance. Given this method's effectiveness at population control, monitoring the situation will continue. Addendum 1, collapse of cognitive facilities via extreme mental repression rooted in violence and fear is spoken to be the key to this style of rule. Once the subject loses its autonomy, they become desensitized to fear and subsequently cease to prioritize their own personal safety. Though such a state is ill-suited for commanding officers, it remains an effective way to cultivate disposable infantry and slaves from original life. Addendum 2. Soldiers in Lenegus who have undergone this treatment will be asked to secure classified sectors as a trial. The results will be monitored. This is fucked, bro. This is majorly fucked. Is there anything over here? Anything? Any chests? No. That's not nice. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. Okay. I came from that direction. Yeah, we go this way. Time to check rooms. It's equipment for monitoring subjects. It's probably had a failure disposal mechanism as well. See a lot of numbers. Looks like logs of alignment between subjects and one is proper. Yeah, really. I'm not going to bother too much. Oh, chest. On to story once more. Ooh, flashback.
Naori, I...
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Rena never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
Okay.
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%?
Oh,
And
damn.
worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lenegus will be nothing but ashes. And this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Alphen. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Alphen.
I mean, he did live. That did happen. Who be there?
That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lenegus.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Call of Duty.
Even with Lenegus crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight.
I love
Naori was the one who put that mask on
I
me.
love anime
Made
protagonist
me Iron
bullshit.
Mask.
It's so funny.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing itself apart. She knew you might lose your memories and
The pain is a result. There you go, I finished it.
The
Finished it.
pain is a
There you
result.
go. Oh, okay.
But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
You go this way. Thank you, Simon. Okay. Oh, I see a chest. Yay! Sorry, I chronically have to clear everything out because I'm a hoarder. I like to have things. I like to have things in my inventory. Makes me feel happy. That's actually good. That's a good one. It's very good. Open. Oh shit,
This
is
place.
the place.
We've seen this in one of Naori's
Oh,
memories.
I'm so good at describing things.
Of course.
The spirit channeling ceremony happened here. Which is kind of the purpose of the Sovereign and the Maiden
After
things.
300 years, this is where it was held. The
Looks
spirit
more
channeling ceremony.
alive than I remember it being. But I haven't played the game in like a month, so who knows?
This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Oh? Ayo? Lore?
Naori.
What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome.
Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us.
What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening...
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, Ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen the Sovereign was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse on to my descendants as well.
Yay, Shion's thorns, explain.
Please, forgive
I mean,
me.
kind of burning it up, but like,
I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done.
Wait, you can't just...
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danan voice speaking through her?
Oh? Glow up? Magical girl transformation moment? The glow up?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
It's so funny because he's
So
wearing
you're
this
saying
fucking
this
farmer hat.
is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These
Oh, it took
clothes
off
are
her
designed to
farmer's hat
resonate
because
with
it's
the
probably
Sovereign
its
and
own
Maiden's
hat.
abilities.
That's
We focus and
bullshit.
enhance them.
No.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and
I can't
Maiden,
believe the game's
knowing the
doing
day
like
would
this,
come when they would
bro.
need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it.
Let her hug her friends.
Just hearing there's the slightest chance,
it should be allowed.
even though I know the world's still
I
in
know
great
she has
peril.
the curse, but like,
It's selfish of me, I
think
know,
she
but
should. I think
but
she should be
still.
allowed.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Bro,
Yeah,
access the
we can protect
Rena's
the
not
world
a whole
and
ass
save
planet.
Shion at the same time.
Bro.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renan lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty is dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
Hat placement 10 out of 10, we'll say.
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop.
Whee!
Thank you, Naori.
Oh, singular particle moment? I saw that shit.
So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of myself. She stopped my rampage and saved my life. But then, that power she'd sealed away was passed down to you. I'm so sorry, Shion. It's my fault that you're cursed.
You're wrong.
I mean,
What
it's not
happened
really
to you was
improving.
because of the ceremony and Naori's attempt to stop Oblivion. You
Like,
paid a heavy price for it, and then
Elfin,
fell
so
asleep for
many
300
things
years.
happened
The
that
reason
put
you lost
in
your
that
memories.
position.
Is the reason for your curse.
The thorns.
Their little fists.
It all leads
help.
back to them. But once they're gone, we can finally put an end to all this.
When my thorns are gone, I never dared to dream that such a thing could be possible. No. The truth is, I think maybe I've always been dreaming about a life without my thorns. The touch of my family, or playing with my friends, holding hands with Rinwell, or giving Law a deserved smack, embracing everyone.
She
All the
really
normal
said violence.
things that people do together. I always wished I could experience them for myself and finally know what they were like. Is it really okay for me to believe it can happen? I'm so scared of getting my hopes up. What if it doesn't work out in the end, and...
That's not going to happen. I'm here to make sure it won't. Forget fate or destiny or anything else. We're going to live a normal life. There are a lot of things you still want to do, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's such a strange feeling. I know that we've still got plenty of fighting up ahead, and it's for my sake, so I can live.
You're worth fighting for.
I believe you, Alphen.
Good. I'll keep on fighting. For as long as it takes. Until our future is finally in our hands.
Yeah. More. Oh my god. No, it's okay. Nice. I have things marked here. Yeah. It's still gonna. It's gonna be a minute still. Okay. It's fine. Oh, sword. Oh, it's just. I think it's. Oh wait. Ooh.
Sounds like this Naori chick had quite the big
Interactions.
heart.
Her position demanded nothing less. From the sound of things, she didn't focus on differences, least of all those between Renans and Danans.
Yeah. It was Naori who first showed me that such a thing was even possible. And then she saved my life by sending me back home to Dana.
Not only that, but she willingly stayed behind on Lenegis for the sake of her people. It sounds like she was quite the hero, all right.
I'll take care of this.
A truly caring
I will
person.
be right back.
It's as if walls meant nothing to her. The one separating the Renans from the Danans, or herself from others. She had no need for them.
Which basically meant that she never had anything to break down in the first place, huh? Yeah. I think you may be right about that.
You inherited that legacy. Her wish for the world.
Don't I know it?
She's kind of like a lodestar guiding our way, showing us what we can aspire to.
Yay, Lord, why I've been back with you. Pedestal was where that runs almost sat 300 years ago. Now it gives off no trace of power. Okay. Map. Which direction? We go not the way I'm facing, this way. Here are the question marks, are you not? Yes?
chicken's ready.
I know. I was. I will be right back rapidly. Give me a second. Ha ha ha. Imagine my chair is empty. That's the picture there. A return, but I have chicken now. That's a W. We take that, right? Chicken. We like chicken. Maybe. I don't know. My brother made it. Let's see if it's good. Let's plate them. Yeah, let's go chicken. Oh, that's yummy. Me personally, enjoy it. Okay. There we go now. This one is good. Wow. Oh.
That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
Kisara.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
Whee, funny powers.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
Yep. Boss fight time. Oh wait, in a second actually.
We're a long way from the residential quarters now. It looks completely different.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this place... it reminds me more of being back inside the wedge.
Except the Danon astral energy feels even stronger here.
In a portion of the city reserved purely for the Renin Sovereign.
Maybe he just has strange tastes?
This place looks like it has been here for quite some time now. If its design were a matter of personal preference, we would be talking from centuries ago. Or perhaps even further back. Still, this isn't the sort of decadence of taste spoken of in artistic circles. So what is it then?
Hold up, decadence? Artistic circles?
When a preference is indulged to its extreme, it descends into kitsch, eccentricity for the sake of it. I'd be happy to illuminate you further.
Law does not
That
know.
depends. Does it involve you buying me lunch?
The void that art fills isn't the stomach, it's the soul.
In that case, I'll let you know the next time my soul starts to rumble.
Now all we need is something to fill up the void inside your head.
Shut up!
I love them. They're so silly. They're so silly. Yes, touch the mysterious power. Time for boss fight! Whee! I see that arena. I see it. I know what you are.
Volron! He really was still alive.
I mean, yeah.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling
muttering.
ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Place. Oh, once more, the powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Red woman?
Isn't that
Oh.
the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman!
So she gives me.
So
the
we finally
creeps.
found
I
you.
don't like her.
I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
Able to
They all
lie.
have the same face? How is that even possible?
Oh. Hey, yo. Today is just the day of magical girl transformations. Like, yo.
What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting just here.
Okay, that's the number actual
Let's stop
control.
that before
Oh,
this gets
God.
out of hand.
Oh, yeah. This is fun.
Take this! You're mine!
What's this? I'll smash you!
I'm not done! No, it...
Don't mind me. Don't mind me. I cannot play this game if it is not fucking auto lock. It bothers me so badly. I'm not that good, okay? I'm good enough. Oh, shoot. Hello? Hello? When it comes to buttons.
You're mine!
Leave the charges to me!
Thanks. Eat dirt! Covering wind! You're on! Strike!
Healing circle! I'll be
I'm
saving
not...
this one! There!
Covering wind!
Mega ray!
You're on!
Where would that come from? I'll heal you all!
You're mine! I'm not done! You're finished!
I'll be saving this
You're
one!
mine!
Here goes!
Strike!
Where would that come from?
Attack time!
Take this! No escape! Point blast!
I'll tear you
You're
apart!
Strike! Take this!
All finished
Blade!
all good things come to an end.
There!
Powered hurricane!
Wind!
Ripping
Searing
tear!
gale! I'm not done!
getting started.
Ignite!
Eagle fly!
Take this! Severing wind!
You require a hand.
No further! Take this!
Eagle fly!
Try this! Explosive
I
ring!
really owe you one. Thank
Here
you!
I come!
I'll finish you
Severing
here and
wind!
now!
You're on! No escape!
Ready and ready!
Mega
Power
throwing
won't
drop!
save you!
Strike!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is it?
Hey, you okay?
I can
Damn,
still
that's
do
crazy.
this.
It's okay. Just give it a second. There you go.
Not done
I'm so good at this game. Like, I don't play this game for its combat, that's for sure.
Where are you going?
Not the worst. Not my main appeal, I will say. I keep pressing the wrong fucking buttons. Not what I'm meant to do.
You're mine! You picked the wrong fight! Severing wind! Searing gale! You're mine! Severing wind! I owe you one! Try harder! Take it!
Oh my god. Holy auto lock.
Severing wind! Strike! Take this!
In a bind?
Glacial Spear. Here's the evil. That'll bring you down.
Wind! Strike! I'm on!
What's this?
Take this! I'm not done! The flame inside is yours to be let free! Severing wind! Follow down! No escape! You're finished! Severing wind! Hold nothing back!
Oh.
Pierce!
Need to pull myself.
Severing wind! Mirage! Here I come! Wind! I'm on it! Mirage! Storm! Totally! In an instant! Impact claw!
Yay! Combat over. Back to story.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve.
What? It's self-destructed?
Alphen!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Who said you get speaking rights, Goran bitch?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally, it was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alf? Who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were locked 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Yeah, Volron's a Danon.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alphen?
I mean, that's kind
then
of
he
obvious,
became
though. Like, okay.
A slave from Dana.
Yeah.
Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renan and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
Ooh. Red Woman said no. Red Woman said no.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back
And
on
just
Renan this
another
message.
one?
No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus
It's too late. You can't stay here.
We need to go. Alphen!
Dion. Oh, they're little hearts. Sorry. Oh, we. Oh no! I love them. I love them so much. I'm. She jump. Come on, Alphen. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go! First moment. Everyone else helped. Game. It didn't happen, but still, it's been fun. Bye, Voran. Fuck you. Love it. I have feelings on
Go.
that motherfucker specifically.
But no, I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Bitch, you're dead. Shut up.
Let's go.
Yay.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am
Dead. You are dead. That is what you are.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We
We can
better
but
have.
hope.
Those
If
red
not,
women.
What the fuck?
What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way.
Why does he place this? I
We
just
can
looked at
head
my
them off
screen
with
panel.
Rena.
Oh my god.
Did you say Rena?
So my brain is working.
Volron mentioned a
Go
master
Rena.
of theirs holed up in the
Hey,
motherland somewhere.
I'm down for this. This is great.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, not in a good way like with us.
I did see that. Can I? No. Oh wait. Ah, there it is. Yay!
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about
I'm
it.
literally not
One minute they
surprised.
look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
Well,
They definitely
redefine
weren't
what
Renan or
human looks
Danan.
like.
I'm
The
not even
black
sure
eyes?
language would get
No.
through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day?
How about you, Shion? Doily? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the red woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renis Alma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
Alrighty. Do I actually run all the way back or can I teleport? Let me actually check. Am I allowed to teleport? Sometimes it does let me do that. That would be great. No fucking fast travel. Okay, we're running all the way back. Yay! We love that. That's so fun. So damn fun. All the time. Okay. Oh, wow. I actually really like the OST of this game. OST go hard. I'm in the people say. Sorry, not exactly the sea. Stamina's crazy. I may use something like, oh, there might be a chest. Why did my ass think that shit was a door? God damn it. Nice. I think that was from going in there, not coming back out, hopefully. We'll see. Whee. Okay, yeah. Go once more. I thought I got it. Alrighty. Time to fuck shit up again.
I won't forgive you!
I can carve through armor! Take this! I'll punch that gun out of your hand! Burn! Vacuum blade!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And
Primed and ready!
Feeling gale!
Bring you down.
We'll see about that!
I have no limits!
Water! Here's evil!
Attack time!
Shield! Here, let me help! Now!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Lunar corruption!
I'm on it!
I'm
on a roll now! Do it! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I think they're Musilius. Can I just say that? I think they're so goofy.
I'm practically unstoppable.
Goofiest from Musilius. You know what this path one? How to know I go for it? Did I go for it? No. I turned. No. Wait. I turned. I turned. Oh wait, SP. You don't see that. Woo! More.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Ignite!
Hear my call!
Severin
Holy land!
Searing gale!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning
Escape!
Shattering the pieces!
Attack
I can carve through
walls!
Will they come? Down! Storm!
Seal!
It was nice.
stop its charge! Thanks, Kisara! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Roll now!
In here! Healing
I'm not done!
That!
Lightning!
Storm! Dance! Burn in hell! Oh, anything in armor is all mine! I'll crush you!
Are you winning, son? Adrian and Press? What? Leave him alone! Don't, look, I know it's the same voice actor, but Law is my boy, man, okay? Leave him alone! Knife, you don't understand. It's my boy, he's the dumbest fucking guy here. It's so great. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Oh my goodness.
Get out of bed!
Severing wind!
Crumble!
I have no limits!
That'll bring you down!
Vacuum blade! Season bang! Blow away the flame inside me!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Okay, but yes.
With this, I
He's
can
my
become
boy.
even
He's
stronger.
my world, okay? He's just the silliest little guy around. The silliest of the silliest.
Go no further!
So damn silly.
Take this!
Oh, God.
Burn!
Follow Dan!
Lightning orb!
You're on!
Roll now!
Do it! These ones can run astral energy! Full throttle! Dance the wind!
Oh, there you go.
In here!
You're mine!
Got an achievement for that. Cool, I guess.
Now!
Let me see what I can do!
I'm not done!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
I got an achievement though. That's pretty nice.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Here we go. Alas. Lord.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
Oh, yo?
You two.
Does she have?
Faria,
Is she
Avakir.
good now?
Thank goodness you're
She
safe.
cool?
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make?
History.
What's done is done.
Is it? We're getting your
Stop
status.
casting me off! Just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Bro is stumbling.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
That is so cryptic.
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain
The
now.
blasphemy
It
is
sounds
right,
like
though,
we need to find a way to keep
so
Lenegis
we
from
take it.
spiraling out of control.
We take it.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Dovalim, probably. Maybe.
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then.
Dovalim's like, damn, it's on
Avakir,
me.
you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
I love Dovalim connecting the dots and then being like, oh, damn.
Why
it's
hasn't the
me.
Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is
I. Shut up.
Ilkaris of Elda Menancia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
All the lights are back. Let's go. Woo! Good job. You did an inspirational speech. I'm sorry. I'm so...
Your speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing. Was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
Bro really said, looked at Dovalim. Don't...
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return.
Dude, let Halim just play his
But not
violin
as your
and be
sovereign.
happy. Like, bro.
More as a leader, the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different.
Bro. You're always a little different from other
feel
people.
like-
That's crazy.
Like,
sorry.
maybe now I can finally begin to accept Turnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
Real. He's such a real guy, bro. We love him for that. I genuinely forget his name. I'm not
I
gonna
guess
lie,
you're
but
not going
he's
to make
real.
it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Elda Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. Though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
I love them.
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes. We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Rena awaits.
Okay. Another thing. Is that going? Yeah, let's go. Okay. None of you are done.
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight.
Not the fucking
But in doing so,
flashback
he
to his
also taught me how to
parents,
live.
That's crazy.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing,
Rest in
free
peace,
of regret.
Zephyr. He
Why,
was the goat,
that's the
bro.
road of freedom.
Love that, man.
Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
I think he's doing fine.
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Shut up.
Leave
You're
the
okay.
past
You
where it
have
belongs.
friends. You have friends.
We have no
Dolly,
need for
accept
it now.
Let's go.
You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
Another one. There's so many. I'm sorry. I feel bad if I don't
Kisara?
cover them.
Anyone at home in there?
Damn.
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore.
Oh, he still will need you.
It probably sounds weird, doesn't
He
it?
is so.
I have this
he does not know.
worry
My
off
man does
mind.
not know what he is doing.
I should be jumping up and down for
Kisara,
joy.
you are the
right?
mom friend for a reason. Okay.
Must be that
like-
maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
Damn.
That's one way to look
I
at
love
it.
that.
I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Yay. Okay, I think that's the last one. Alright, where the fuck do I go now? Because now we have to get back to the fucking bitch. Oh, jeez. This way, not there. Unless I'm being done. Yes, there, actually. I lied. There is the correct answer. I'm so good at this. We love backtracking a map I have not seen in a month because I just have not played the fucking game. That's crazy. Oh, that noise. It sounds so much like the fucking chest in Honkai Star Rail that my instant thought was chest right there. Like, I was so convinced. I was like, that's the same sound. That's what that means. Oh me, oh my. Okay. We go this way. Me personally would love for there to be, perchance, more teleports that I could actually utilize. That'd be great. I would love that. I'd like that a lot, actually. That'd be pretty nice. You know, just saying. For the masses.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegus, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform
We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Alma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
I always love the nod.
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should...
Oh.
What?
Oh. Oh, that's fun. Am I gonna have to fight again? That would be so fun and dandy. She said stop. Goodbye, I guess. Space. Space moment. Okay, where are we at now? God, that was a fucking flashbang. Oh god, I don't have lights on in my room. Ah!
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
We got hacked.
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Are we crash landing? Are we crash landing on Rena? That'd be so silly if we crash landed on Rena. Ooh. Oh! Damn! So, not a proper planet, that's for damn sure. What is it? Oh! Well, that's great. We love that. I don't know what this is, but we don't love this. I don't think this is good. this is probably quite literally the opposite. And it's going back to that. Oh? Watch a planet grow or something. Ooh, big flower? Crystal flower? That's definitely astral energy. Oh, that's really pretty. What the fuck? That's cool as hell. Me personally, big fan. But like, definitely not a good thing. But me personally, that looks pretty cool.
Flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
Yeah, like not a good
It
thing.
appears
but
Lenegis is
pretty.
serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
100%.
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
Big fan of Space Flower. As Space Girl, big fan of Space Flower.
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down. You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
Wee. Space. Oh, back to Lenegus, I guess. Or not Lenegus. I don't think that is Lenegus. Because Lenegus is still being used as a funnel. So what are you? Morgan?
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegus in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns.
Oh, you
My bad.
You little silly little
No,
dumb guy.
I'm the one who
you.
should apologize.
I love you.
I overreacted.
You reacted to normal amount. You're good.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people. Does it ever get lonely sometimes?
Yes, 100%. Oh my god.
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
Oh no,
It's
so
fine.
sad.
I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be.
I'm sorry.
But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise.
Another one. Sorry. Is he crying? Oh.
Boo!
Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell.
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
I can't see people. I feel so bad.
Sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
Oh, okay. Alright, now we go. How much would you bet the elevator won't work? Because it
I
never
still
does.
can't get over what we saw
Never
happening
fucking
outside
does.
the starship.
Yeah, our planet's really not doing too hot right about now.
I've only ever seen Rena from the surface of Dana, so I figured it was just
my
another
God,
round planet like
creepy.
ours. Still though, I never would have imagined Rena actually looked like that. And what's the deal with that giant flower coming out of it?
Beats me. I have absolutely no clue. It's so surreal. It looks like a broken egg or something.
Rena and Dana. We were taught that both worlds were spherical bodies that floated amongst the stars in the heavens. But to think that they lied to us not only about the Sovereign and the Crown contest, but also the form of our own planet.
Dohalim.
Okay, who's the wise guy that summoned us here?
Someone formidable enough to bring our starship along with us.
They must be here
Probably
somewhere.
go for it.
Let's find them.
Okay, back to these real quick. Because
That
apparently
beam
we've
of
got
light
more.
joining Dana and Rena.
Yay.
It was the Renin side that it first came from, right?
That's what it looked like. And then the Danon side responded.
Perhaps it was some kind of directive from the Renin homeworld? To reawaken the Wedge and Lenegis?
Which would mean that whoever's behind all this is on Rena after all. But what are they after? Is it really worth going through all this trouble just to steal Dana's energy?
Try to stay calm. With so many factors we don't understand, dwelling on it won't get us anywhere. What is it?
No, it's just... Zephyr once told me the same thing. So much for me making progress, huh?
You made it this far, didn't you? You notice something, you change it. That's all anyone can do. But you can't stand still in the meantime.
Okay. We go. Up, right. Lower level first? Oh, okay, great. Central level. Whee. Okay. Time to be nosy. Anything for me to crave? Anything? Fucking boring. Goddamn. What's the point of being here if I can't steal shit? Oh, a pot. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh.
This place looks a lot like that room we saw back in the Forbidden Zone.
Huh? What's that?
Oh, is that the red lady?
It's one of those!
A red woman in disguise. Or is this their true form?
So it was a trap?
No shot, really? Probably, let's be honest. Unless communication, perhaps?
It doesn't look like it can move.
It's maybe like the initial form or something. That'd be interesting, to say the least.
Tell me, are you the one who brought us here?
That is correct. It is unusual for me to have unexpected guests these days.
It can talk.
What are you?
Hevrect 35.
Hevrect 35. Is that your name?
Correct.
What is this place? No, wait, before that, just what exactly are you? Are you somehow associated with the Red Women?
Before I answer, I have a question for you. How did you all arrive in this sector?
We did not come to this place by choice. Our ship was brought here against our will, by a group of red women who can shift into the same form as you.
In that case, we can assume my brethren who serve the Great Spirit have deemed you all to be a threat most grave.
What do you mean, serve? Are you saying there really is someone more powerful than the Red Women, pulling their strings?
Oh. They literally deemed
What did you
as a
do to
fraud,
us?
So like...
I examined your bodies. You have not been harmed in any way.
Okay.
Identifiers detected. The Sovereign and Maiden are among you. However, you aren't under its control. I see why they viewed you as a danger now.
Oh goody, more riddles.
Do you think we can trust this thing?
Like it or not, it may be our best chance at a ticket out of here. Let's at least hear it out.
I shall now answer your questions. We are Helganquil. The Red Women you encountered previously are a form of disguise we employ from time to time, but not our true form.
Helganquil?
You are on Dake Phasol, a celestial base which drifted here by accident. The will of Rena's great spirit no longer reaches us here. Since my sudden separation from the Great Spirit's influence, I have used any and all means to extend my lifespan. As I have done so, I have also set out to monitor and research Rena and Dana from this position.
A question. What is this great spirit of which you speak? Is it something that rules over your kind?
Correct. The Great Astral Spirit is a large mass of astral energy that fills all of Rena, one with its own will, a voice we cannot refuse.
A voice? Just like Dana.
The voice of the Great Spirit speaks to our hearts directly, and we have served it, without question, throughout the ages.
Does that mean it was controlling your minds? Wait a second. Could this great spirit be the true sovereign of Rena?
The true ruler of Rena. It could be the same thing that's controlling Volron.
Wait, back up. You're telling us this great spirit of yours is the one that ordered you things to harvest the astral energy from Dana? I'm not sure I believe that.
Why not? We've already made contact with the will of Dana back in the Wedge, and in the Forbidden Zone on Lenegus. If Dana has a will of its own, I don't see why Rena wouldn't.
Maybe not, but think about what you're saying. If Dana has a will like Rena, then that would mean that we've been controlled by the voice of Dana this whole time, just like these things.
Dana's will hasn't been forcing us to do anything.
Yeah, but...
Let's assume that what Hevrek 35 claims is true, and that we are indeed cut off from both planets. Even if we had previously been under the control of Dana's will, we would have noticed now that we are disconnected.
Your fear is not based in logic. The voice of Dana is much smaller and quieter compared to that of Rena's great spirit. Rena's astral energy is amassed at its center, whereas Dana's is shared among all its constituents. So thinly is that energy spread that it cannot coalesce and formulate a will. Our findings here indicate as much.
Which explains why we felt its will where we did. The Wedge and Lenegus are where so much of that energy had been accumulated.
The Great Spirit's desire is to consume all astral energy. And the pursuit of that desire is why you see Rena in its current state. As a result, it has turned its attention toward Dana.
Is that why the crown contest is necessary? So that the Great Spirit can feed off of Dana?
Indeed. And it was to that end that we Helganquil devised the crown contest. Had the initial spirit channeling from 300 years ago succeeded, all of Dana's astral energy would have been seized.
But the ceremony failed. Lenegus was severely damaged, and you lost both the Sovereign and the Renasalma.
Correct. A change in plan was required to ensure the spirit channeling's success. However, recreating the Renis Alma required a vast amount of energy. That is why we turned to Dana.
So that was the real purpose behind the crown contest. An efficient means to harvest the necessary energy from Dana.
This is all happening because of me.
It's genuinely still literally
Nevertheless,
not your fault,
you still
Alphen.
haven't answered one of
Please, bro.
Alphen's original questions. Just why have you brought us here to your base, Hevrecht 35?
First, it was to confirm the identities of you, my unexpected visitors. Second, it was to ascertain whether you would be likely to accept my request.
A request? But what could someone like you want us to...
I wish for you all to slay the Great Spirit.
Damn.
I'm sorry, did you just ask us to kill your master?
Law's so real.
It is in your best interest that you do so, I might add.
What makes you say that?
Lenegis has entered the final stage of the spirit channeling plan. As we speak, Dana's energy is being harvested en masse and transmitted to Rena. If nothing is done about the Great Spirit, it will not be long before all is lost.
You're saying the destruction we saw earlier is just the beginning? That...
We won't let that happen.
Why do you want us to kill the Great Spirit so badly? Is it to save our world? To free you, Helganquil, from under its control? Why?
No. My primary concern is validating our findings and analysis, which have taken many years to realize. As such, it is my desire to see how your actions impact and change these systems. However, I will not deny that vengeance also plays a part.
Vengeance? For what?
In spite of our long service to the Great Spirit, our species is on the brink of extinction.
You mean... you're dying?
At this stage, it would be wise for you to talk with the others. Ask them what you need to know. Once you have your answer, return to me. If you agree to help, I shall fix your ship.
Others? Just how many of you are there?
I am the only Helganquil who inhabits Dake Faisal.
Hey! Hey!
It's no use. I think it's done talking to us. Let's take a look around.
Take a look around, we shall.
You can't seriously be buying anything that creature told us, right? I mean, it's practically blackmailing us into doing its dirty work.
To be honest, the conversation went on for so long, I'm not sure I understood all of it. How about you, Dohalim? Were you able to follow it at all?
At the very least, everything it said about the Renan Great Spirit adds up. At the end of the day, this whole chain of events comes back to astral energy. That being said, had we not previously encountered the will of Dana, I suspect I would find its story much more difficult to believe.
The spirit of Rena wants to see Dana completely destroyed.
But why? Astral energy is supposed to be a force that creates and shapes the world.
It doesn't matter. I don't care if we're up against an entire world or what its game is. We're not going to let it destroy Dana.
Right.
There is one other thing that concerns me. How the Great Spirit, the Helganquil, and the Crown Contest are all part of a centuries-long plan is clear enough. But what about the Renans? How do they factor into all this?
Now that you mention it, and all that talk, Hevrecht 35 never even brought up the Renans once. And as for the Helganquil, we never did find out just what they are either.
Maybe it had a reason for keeping its silence. Or perhaps there's even more going on. Maybe the others will shed more light on the matter. Let's find out.
Do you notice how me going in the complete opposite direction? I feel like I'm probably gonna have to end up here. people?
Who are they?
What is it?
Oh, my apologies. It's just been so long since I've seen any humans from the outside world.
Are you a Renan?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. The Overseer told us to answer any questions you might have. Whatever you want to know, we'll tell you as much as we can. But be quick. Our subjects are undergoing a dramatic shift that we don't want to miss.
What a weird guy.
He must have meant Hevrect 35 when he mentioned that Overseer.
And what was that about subjects? You don't think he meant Dana and Rena, do you?
There isn't anyone else we can talk to. I guess we should ask around here.
Hey. Hello, people. Hello.
Have you guys lived up here in Deg Faisal with Hevrect 35 for a long time?
Yes. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head just how long it's been, though. We regularly go into stasis, so our sense of time has gotten rather out of whack over the years.
Why are you all even here in the first place?
Originally, this station was where we worked to perform maintenance on Lenegis from the outside.
We heard that the facility ended up in its current location due to an accident.
Oh, it was terrible. Apparently there was some kind of accident, and when help never arrived, they presumed the entire facility had been destroyed.
And you've been working for Hevrect 35 ever since?
Well, at first we thought that there was nobody else inside the facility, but then it turned out the Overseer was there all along.
What do you mean?
The Helganquil have the technology to cloak themselves around us Renans. As long as they don't do anything obvious, a Renan won't see one, even if it's right in front of them.
Which would explain why Shion and I failed to notice the Red Women previously. Do they employ an astral art of some sort?
I haven't been able to scientifically confirm it for myself, but from what I understand, the type of cloaking they use is primarily achieved through mechanical means. In addition, they also used hypnosis devices and information control to get us to do what they wanted without being detected. It's a pretty sophisticated operation, especially since it avoids any unnecessary conflict. I have to imagine that's how Lenegis is still run.
But aren't the Helganquil themselves controlled by the Great Spirit? If so, why aren't Renans affected by it in the same way?
The Great Spirit's mind control only works on Helganquil, so they had to employ other means to manipulate us Renans.
You act like this didn't affect you personally. If I was you, I'd be mad as hell at their deceptions.
I mean, sure, I was surprised when I first found out about it, but it happened so long ago.
Hevrect 35 has clearly ceased concealing itself, though. Why is that?
Who can say? My guess is it just got bored, or maybe even a little lonely.
Don't you want to go back home to Rena or Lenegis? Our ship is going to be fixed pretty soon. You could ride with us.
No way. If we went back after knowing the truth, they'd either just brainwash us or purge us outright. After all this time, there's nothing to be gained from going back. We've all agreed it'd be best to simply stay here and watch everything unfold instead.
I'm 99% sure
Things
that
are going
voice
just fine
changed.
with the Overseer.
That was
Not
weird.
that it'll be around much longer.
That was a change
It
voice
can't
for
extend its life any
specifically that
further.
voice line.
That said, I'm sure it's pleased to see the final stage of the plan before it passes on, though.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Right here. Another one.
Can we talk to you for a few minutes?
Sure. It's going to be a while before the two planets undergo their next shift, so I can talk until then.
Please, tell us what you know about the
Hat
Helganquil.
moment. Hat moment. Hat moment.
You mean the Overseer species? I
Whose
can't
hat
say I
is
know
it?
much
My
about
vote, Dohalim.
Well, for starters, where'd they come from?
Okay, come on.
Where else? From Rena, obviously.
Come on.
From Rena? Wait, are you telling us those things live right alongside the Renans down there?
Of course not. There's really no such thing as Renans in the first place.
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought the Overseer explained everything.
Apparently not. Please, tell us more.
Well, in a nutshell, the Renans were originally created from Danans by the Helganquil.
I'm sorry, boom! That does not surprise me.
But if that's true, then that would mean there aren't any people on Rena.
There aren't, but there are Helganquil. That's what the name literally means in their language, people of Rena.
But what need could they possibly have to create a whole new race of people?
It was a way to bolster their dwindling workforce. I trust you're aware that the Helganquil are on the verge of extinction, yes? In essence, we were created to carry on their work for the Great Spirit after they all die. They gathered Danans who had an affinity for astral arts and proceeded from there. That's why we, as their descendants, can all cast arts, albeit to varying degrees.
Let me get this straight. Are you saying Renans were originally created from Danans that the Helganquil kidnapped?
Wait, that explains why almost nobody can use astral arts on Dana now.
Helganquil technology is truly amazing. The way they alter their bodies is far less invasive than your conventional surgeries. They have these tiny machines that are practically invisible, which they insert into their bodies and...
Enough! You needn't tell us anymore.
How can you speak so calmly about all of this?
I guess I can see how, when viewed in a certain light, their ways may sound grotesque.
Because they
but
kind of are.
If you ask me, I think they ultimately did us a favor. They saved us from crawling the earth in ignorance. If it meant their hands had to get a little dirty in the process, then so be it. Anyway, the Helganquil are the real Renans. Personally, I don't think it's such a big deal. They're also mostly the ones behind what you see going on between the two planets. I think that covers just about everything worth knowing.
I see. Thanks for filling us in.
Does he really expect us to believe that Renans never truly existed? How absurd.
Dohalim.
Just when I think we're getting to the bottom of it all, some new revelation smacks us in the face.
Then let's hope this is our last revelation for a while.
And we still have one more person to talk to. So, what are the chances?
Do you know anything about a spirit channeling plan?
If you mean the first plan from 300 years ago, then yes. Do you know what its main objective was?
Yes. It was to use Lenegis to siphon off Dana's astral energy and send it to Rena.
Exactly. However, there were two problems we had to consider. First was how to collect and send such a large quantity of astral energy without it becoming sentient. Second, we had to figure out how to convert Dana's energy so it would be compatible with Rena.
I take it the solutions to those problems were to use the wedge for the collection, and then the Sovereign and Maiden to convert the energy.
We have a winner! However, the first plan failed when the Sovereign was overwhelmed and became frenzied. The reason for that is because the Maiden lost control. I'm told he slaughtered many Renans and Helganquil that day.
Damn, that's crazy.
For the next plan, we tried to recreate the Renasalma, but we didn't have nearly enough of the other non-dark astral energy types. To amend that, we set our sights on Dana, and implemented a system whereby we could extract energy from it.
And the crown contest began.
Correct. Since the Maiden had been the failing point in the previous plan, it was decided to replace her role with machinery to avoid further mishaps. A new Sovereign had to be made as well. It was such tremendously difficult work, its success was dubious. But from the look of things, it would appear such worries were unfounded.
So that's what the purpose of that room we found in the Forbidden Zone was.
What about the flower that sprouted from Rena?
Flower? Oh, that thing. That's the physical manifestation of all the astral energy that's been harvested from Dana. As I'm sure you've noticed, it's quite a lot of energy. At this point, it's likely that it's become physically integrated with Rena's planetary structure.
Hevric 35 mentioned that the spirit channeling plan is entering its final stage. Is that true?
It is. I never thought I would live to see the day with my own eyes, and yet here we are. Are we done talking now? If it's all the same to you, I'd really rather not miss anything that's about to happen.
So, I'm gonna be real.
He talks like the potential end of the world is just another day on the job.
Yeah,
You've got to remember that these guys have been living alone up here for a long time. Who knows what shape their minds are in?
Only a little bit. Only a
Feels like our whole world has been turned upside down. Is there anything we know that's still true at this point?
Seriously, I'm still trying to process the fact that we Renans were created by the Helganquil, let alone the Sovereign and Maiden stuff.
Let's take a moment to gather ourselves. I know all of this is a lot to believe and take in, but I think it's fair to say that we've found the answers we've been looking for. Does everyone agree?
Agreed. Though I'll admit that I never expected it to all boil down to Rena's great spirit being behind everything.
Everything that's happened, everything we've endured, it's all because of astral energy.
And to get that energy, the Great Spirit took control of the Helganquil. Then the Helganquil created the Renans, who went on to invade and rule over the Danans.
Plus, the reason the Great Spirit can't directly control the Renans as well is likely because they were originally Danans all along.
Either way, I think it's fair to say we've all had a lot to take in at once. Maybe too much, even. We should probably take it easy and rest our minds a bit. Why don't we all take some time to think things over, before we decide on our next move?
That's a good idea, Kisara. If the Renan Great Spirit really is behind all this, then we've got a really big fight ahead of us. Because it's not just Dana on the line, but Rena too. If we're going to do this, we need to be completely sure of ourselves. So let's go ahead and break off for now. We aren't in any immediate danger, so we should be okay. You sure you don't want to be alone right now?
I could ask you the same question.
I figured I'd get all my thinking in while walking around and checking up on everybody.
I'll go along with you. I'm interested to hear what's on everyone's minds too.
Sounds good. Let's go find them.
They're besties.
Everyone's just gone their own way, huh?
Yeah, let's hit up each spot.
Okay, I will, but first...
Everything we thought we knew. It was all just a fabrication that the Red Women, no, that the Helganquil made up.
Right. Assuming we can believe anything that Hevric 35 has told us, that is.
Well, if the names are anything to go by, it's possible the Helganquil could be behind the fruits of Helgen too.
Oh, it's in the name.
But if Hevric 35 was telling the truth, and this was all just one massive lie, does that mean everything we've done up until now has been pointless?
No, I don't think so. Or at least I hope not. I think it just means we've lost our foothold for now. That's all.
Really? Well then, if we've lost it, I guess we'll just have to find another. All of us together. And if we can't find one, then we'll make a new one. End of story.
Make one, huh? I see. Right then. Count me in.
Oh my god, the people. Where were all of you earlier? That's to heal somebody. We can do that. Okay, cool. Cool. Yay. Anyway, talk.
Oh, it's you two. Does he seem like he's doing any better now?
He who? Oh, you mean Dohalim, don't you?
I know that we're all struggling to wrap our minds around it all, but he looked like he was taking it really hard earlier.
What do you think about everything we've learned? About the Renans, and the Great Spirit, and all that?
On some level, I'm not even really sure what to think, to be honest. I mean, the Great Spirit is like a huge natural disaster, but with a mind and will of its own. But if that thing's hellbent on trying to destroy our planet, then the only thing left for us to do is stop it. As for the Renans, I suppose my feelings on that are a bit more mixed.
How so?
Coexistence between Danans and Renans in Menancia is still a work in progress. In my case, I think that's partly because deep down, I was still on guard around Renans. So, to be told that they're like us, that they're actually just like us is, well, I guess it's a little deflating, to be honest.
You kept a pretty level head.
You mean about the Renans? At the end of the day, the Helganquil and the Great Spirit are the ones who are responsible. But at the same time, I realize that not every Danan is necessarily going to believe that either.
I know you're already aware of this, but the list of grievances the Danans have against the Renans is long, and understandably so. And if people then find out that they're all actually one and the same, yeah, I don't think they're going to take to it too kindly.
Even just among the Danans, I'm sure there'll be some who emerge with power and some who won't. I think if we can find a way to get rid of that imbalance, then we'll be in a truly good place.
Well, first we can try to figure out what to do about the existing conflicts we have.
Yeah. It'd be nice if one day people could learn to get past their hatred like Rinwell did.
It's no small task. We can't pretend like the past didn't happen and ask people to forget their very real pain and suffering.
Right. Everybody has their reasons for feeling the way that they do. But if we just keep yelling at each other about it, we'll never move on. In a worst-case scenario, it might lead to even more people getting killed.
And we all have to figure out how to meet halfway. Not just that, but to also embrace each other's pain in a sense.
That's an interesting way of putting it.
It's true. Everybody has their own scars, their own trauma. The first step to healing those wounds is to put aside that hatred. It won't be achieved through reasoning, but I think it's a good first step, if nothing else. And now, I think I see a way to move forward. But to do that, first we need to make sure our planet isn't going to get wiped out.
Okay. I want to keep playing, but also at the same time, I think I need to end stream because my head is hurting. Oh my goodness, new pretty. Oh me, oh my. I didn't expect the pretty. Well, outside, that is new image. We like new image, but like, I think I need to end stream. My head. I've had a bit of a headache all day, but all of a sudden it's just like pounding really hard again. So it's probably good timing for me to end stream. But anyone who's watching, I hope you all have a lovely day. And you know, take care of yourself, drink some water, don't be like me and have a fucking headache that's absolutely fucking killing you at the moment. Damn, that's crazy. But yeah, woo, there we go. Anyway, we all have good days. Bye bye. Wow.